Is there anybody out there who's from Westall? I would love to know that, regardless of how old you are. Because if you are, you definitely heard about this, and I want to hear from you. Okay, guys, how you doing, Aussies? I've been a UFO nut since probably about 1991, since I was in about grade 9. I'm also a big fan of one of your fellow countrymen, Ross Coulthart.
G'day and welcome to Reality Check. I'm your host, Ross Coulthart.
He does a lot of investigative journalism on UFOs. So I'd been kicking around the idea of making a video on UFOs in Australia. And then I came across this great video by a new channel called Project Unknown. And he put out a video that I literally just finished watching called Australia's Biggest UFO Cover-Up, which is about the Westall School incident, which I believe was in 1966. I'm going to comment on a few sections from it and give you my take, but before that I am going to react to another Australian UFO video that I haven't seen yet. I saw the very beginning of it and it looked intriguing. I hope you join me. It should be interesting. His channel is called Tom Owens UAP. I haven't looked through his channel yet at all, but this video that I'm going to do the reaction to looked pretty cool, so we're going to check it out together. And this video is called June 4th, 1966, Westall High School UFO Encounter, Australia. So it's on the same subject matter. So we're going to open with that, and then I'm going to throw in some clips from Project Unknown's excellent video on it. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then hopefully have a conversation with all you fine folks in the chat and tell me what you think. So let's go.
As Brian Seymour reports, more light is now being shone on Australia's Westall incident.
It wasn't a plane, it wasn't a balloon, it was nothing like that.
A lot of the kids took off towards where it seemed to go.
Did anybody out there who's watching go to that school? Because I want to hear from you.
My girlfriend and I sat on the fence, climbed the fence, and we were crying, thinking it was the end of the world.
For 44 years, the story of what happened at Westall has been largely untold.
Our principal called a special assembly and told us all not to talk about it.
Really? I know the one teacher really got, I think he was a science teacher, of course. I know he got strong-armed by government officials. They threatened his job and stuff like that. I did not know that they took all the kids into an assembly. Imagine that, taking, a whole school full of kids into an assembly telling them that they're all crazy or they all have to be liars. Acting like a bully, telling everyone to be quiet. It's fucked up.
You've most likely heard about the best-known UFO encounter that occurred at Roswell, New Mexico in 1947.
I was prepped to tell the students that what they'd seen didn't exist.
We were told that we weren't allowed to speak to the media.
That's fucked up. That's child abuse, is what that is. I don't even know what to say to that. To tell a whole bunch of kids that have seen something that they know is real and tell them that you just imagined it or it doesn't exist, that's weird. That's desperate, is what it is.
It happened at Westall High School on Wednesday, April 6, 1966. Scientists and UFO experts have long known about the Aussie sighting, but until now the details have been locked in our past.
All I knew was what I saw, and it definitely was not any aircraft of the day.
It still would take me to my grave. What the hell was that?
It was amazing, and something that I've never forgotten.
You could feel heat about a metre away coming from. It was pretty warm or hot, and then it just gradually lifted up and then went off towards the pines.
I think adults have got preconceptions about what a UFO might or may not be, but kids are a different matter. And when you got 200 witnesses, either there was something strange in the tuck shop lunch that day, or there was something else going on.
A news crew interviewed several students at the school right after the event, so filmmaker Shane Ryan tracked down the tape.
But oddly, there was nothing there.
What?
I was absolutely devastated, and nobody had any idea where it had gone.
Well, I can give you a couple of ideas about where it might have gone. Maybe check the strait between Southern Australia and Tasmania. It might be down there somewhere. It's more likely just in some secret government archive somewhere.
A teacher saw one of his colleagues who had taken pictures confronted by a man in a dark blue suit.
It was demanded that she hand over not the film, but the entire camera.
Hand
However,
over my camera. You gonna pay for it?
parents questioned the involvement of the military and the cover-up by school officials. Popular culture made popular flying saucers, and sightings were common.
People can say anything. What we must do is look at the original reports of the time and see what really happened.
Why don't we take a look at the original reports from the Gulf of Tonkin?
The initial attack on the destroyer Maddox on August 2nd in the Gulf of Tonkin was repeated today that our government is united in its determination in support of freedom and in defense of peace in Southeast Asia.
That'll tell you what really happened at the time, right? Any Aussies out there have family that were in Vietnam?
Dr. Martin Plowman was the first Australian to earn a PhD in ufology from the University of Melbourne.
A PhD in ufology? Okay, so I can guarantee you that the most prominent, well-researched, and publicly respected ufologists, if that's really a thing, don't have PhDs. Okay. I'm pretty sure Jacques Vallée doesn't have a ufology PhD on his wall. Nor does George Knapp or Jeremy Corbell, nor did Stanton Friedman or any other legitimate investigators.
Documentary maker Shane Ryan has an obsession with what occurred at Westall. He's pieced together what is known and recorded scores of interviews with those school children who are all now in their 50s and 60s.
It seems to me that a lot of the stories around this incident are elaborations made up over the years.
Elaborations made over the years. Huh.
The authorities had found a way to silence the children, but they still had unfinished business with the teacher, Andrew Greenwood. He told me that 2 officers came to his home and threatened him under the Official Secrets Act. They said that he couldn't have seen a flying saucer at Westall because there were no such things as flying saucers. They threatened to tell people he was alcoholic, even though he wasn't.
I've heard that one before. That was in the James Fox documentary, The Phenomenon, which I believe was maybe not the only, but certainly the first time he'd ever gone on camera to talk to anybody. He's long retired now, and this is how much it scared him his whole life. Yeah, check out the documentary The Phenomenon, because that teacher's actually interviewed in it, and he says that. Like, he said that they came to his house and they said, you know, maybe you were drunk, maybe you go to work drunk, you know, we could ruin your career.
I have to admit that I don't believe in UFOs myself. I don't think that aliens are coming here and doing things to people, but I do believe...
Okay, there's a difference between believing in UFOs and not believing that aliens are coming here. Because the whole argument about whether UFOs exist, that's put to bed. That's put to bed. It's admitted. It's admitted by numerous governments around the world. It's now admitted by the United States government. They've had 3 hearings on it. UAP, as they're known now, are real. Now, we haven't learned exactly what they are yet, which is why I'm fine with the whole, I don't necessarily believe that aliens are coming here. That's fine. They might be something else. But the fact that they're here, that's not in dispute anymore.
I believe witnesses when they say that they have seen something they can't understand, because I think the universe is a really big place and much bigger than we understand it yet to be.
It was their job to squash what was being seen. It was a bunch of kids that saw this, so we would be able to squash this down.
I look up at the sky and say, like, where are you people? Come and talk to me.
So that's the first part, right? Like, I mean, is there anybody out there who's from Westall? I would love to know that, regardless of how old you are. Because if you are, you definitely heard about this, and I want to hear from you. If there was anybody that was at that school that happens to be watching that video, please email me. I want to hear from you. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm not asking you to even hit a like or leave a comment. If you were there, please email me. I want to talk to you so much because I believe you. And, you know, I don't have a massive channel, but if you were there, I'd love to have an interview with you. That would be absolutely fantastic. Or anybody who's from near the area or had parents that went to the school or know anything about it. Please just let me know, because I saw something. I already know that they're real. I've known since I was 10 years old, because I saw something a long, long time ago that I'll I'll cover in another video if you guys want to hear more about it. I know that Australia has a lot of cases like this. Let me know in the comments. What do you think of this? Do you think it's bullshit? Do you think it's real? Have you been keeping up on a lot of the any of the UFO news? Do you watch your local guy when he's on News Nation, Ross Coulthard, who's awesome, by the way. I love that guy. He's done a lot for pushing this information forward. So yeah, a little bit out of my normal vein for reaction videos, but yeah, I hope you dug it. So all right, we're gonna jump into the new one. This is the newer documentary by awesome channel. This guy's fantastic. Please jump over and give him a subscribe. And I don't know him. I've never met him, never spoken with him. Let's just jump right into his.
What is your best guess as to what you guys saw that day? In 1966, right here in Clayton South, more than 200 students and teachers said they saw a flying saucer in the sky. Military trucks rolled in and men in suits appeared on site. This is Australia's biggest mass UFO sighting, and for some reason, people have no idea it ever happened. Well, I do, and today I'm here to find out what really happened at Westall that day.
Project Unknown, that's what it's called. Jump over, give him a subscribe. I put a link in the description.
Melbourne suburbs were booming, and on April 6th, Westall High and the neighbouring state school were finishing their last week of the term before Easter break. Then, something extraordinary appeared in the sky. Now back then, people constantly looked up, but not just for planes, but because the world really felt unpredictable.
Yeah, that would be a time when people would be looking in the sky too, because this is the height of the Vietnam War, you know. Well, 1966, the height of the Vietnam War was probably 68. You guys down under have a very close proximity to Southeast Asia. Shout out to Cold Chisel on that one. Kaysan.
Today, I'm standing at Westall High with Joy Clark, one of the many students who witnessed something incredible here in 1966.
Joy Clark.
What she saw that day has stayed with her ever since. Could you please take us back to the day of the sighting?
First of all, good for you, Joy. I doubt you'll ever see my video, but good for you for, you know, remaining vocal about this. The people who've been forced into silence over this over the years, I mean, good on you. Good on you. Like, the world needs more people like this woman right here.
I was in the science class in the school over that way, and was inside in the science class, and a pupil had run in and flung the door open and said, Mr. Greenwood, there's flying saucers in the sky, there's things in the sky. So once the bell went, out we went, the corridor. Don't run. Ran across the quadrangle there, and then out, and I was virtually over here on the field, and just stopped and just looked, and I was transfixed.
And they were just there near the...
Well, they were over there, and then they were over there, and then they were back over there, and then they were up the top of the power lines, and they were zooming like... moving like I've never seen anything move before.
Which is exactly the way that, you know, UFOs are described to move. You know, like instantaneous movements, almost like they're blinking from one spot to another. Like this is classic encounter commentary.
Yeah, but they were flying saucers. That's exactly what they looked like.
You saw 3 of them?
Yes.
And how exactly did these crafts look? Just dome-shaped?
Yeah, dome-shaped, metallic.
Rivets or anything?
No. They looked like, it was like a, you know, like smooth, all sort of smooth.
It's exactly what Bob Lazar said. No rivets, no seams, just like the thing was 3D printed.
The kids all went out and they saw what everybody else on the sports ground was already looking at. The word got around very quickly that there was one, or according to some witnesses, 3 very unusual looking objects in the sky.
That image right there, I know that image. Photograph of a flying disc taken by James Kibble in Balwyn, Victoria, 5 days prior to the Westall UFO sighting. This guy, the guy that took that picture, I don't know if that's, I can't remember whether they go to that in what we're watching here, but he was interviewed by James Fox and actually gave James Fox the actual Polaroid, the original copy. And that, again, another plug for the movie The Phenomenon by James Fox, which even if you're not into UFOs, I challenge you, go and watch The Phenomenon by James Fox. And then tell me that you still don't think that these things are real. Anyway, this image is kind of neat because it's on its side. But one of the things that Bob Lazar said numerous times. These discs, at least the one that he claims to have worked on, had gravity amplifiers in the bottom, and that the way that they take off in certain instances is to actually, they flip up on their side, and the gravity amplifiers are pointing toward where they need to go, and they lock onto a place in space and time, and literally they kind of, it's not so much that the flying saucer moves towards its destination. It's almost like it's pulling its destination towards itself, if that makes any sense.
We were there. We know what we saw. It happened.
Of course, it stands out because it was a daylight sighting. When people think about UFO stories, they often think about lights in the sky, something fuzzy being seen off in the distance.
So what is your best guess as to what you guys saw that day? Do you think it was a craft from another planet?
My personal belief is yes, it was from somewhere else. Definitely not this world, because of the way they moved, the speed. Never seen anything like it. Whatever. Yes, I do believe that.
But in comparison to the planes you saw?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a patch, and I honestly believe something had to be controlling them.
I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely believe this woman. She reminds me of my mom. She really does. Like, she just looks so genuine and so honest. I've seen interviews with other witnesses that I challenge people to dig into, people who are skeptical, which is fine. It's good. You should be skeptical. I'm skeptical about a lot of UFO stuff, but not this one. Not after everything that I've seen. It's absolutely, it's just like the Zimbabwe incident. You know, you got like 100 kids that see something and say that they saw it.
And then we saw something shiny, so we all ran down over there.
And it was in the early morning?
It was at break time.
Yeah?
And we saw two people. They were in tight black suit. And they had big eyes. And a small, we didn't actually see their nose, but it was quite small. I couldn't see the eyes or the nose or the mouth, it was just blank.
This is Sean's drawing.
Yes. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The little ones, they were just flowing around. In the air, they didn't touch the ground. Didn't touch the ground. Next to it.
And these made the silver lights?
Yeah. Yeah, we're making different color lights, like green, like red,
flash to green, then they'd go to blue,
and then
Do you follow modern UFO stories at all? Are you still able to connect with them?
Yes, I do. Look, I'm very open-minded with lots of things. That's one thing that has happened with me too.
Is that be at that point?
I'm not as skeptical as I might have been had I not had this experience, because I sort of look at things. I look, and understand. And if the evidence is there, the evidence is there. And especially in our case, because there was so many people and young, teachers, students, market garden workers, people, just normal people.
I'm here investigating because stories like this shouldn't be buried. Whether it was advanced tech, something unexplainable, or a cover-up, people deserve to know what really happened at Westall that day. And if something like this ever happens again in Australia, hopefully they pick a day when I'm filming. If you want more untold cases like this, hit subscribe. And
good on you. Good on you, man. I don't know what your name is, but I'm plugging your channel too. Please go out and subscribe to this guy if you're into this kind of stuff. He's fantastic. So yeah, there it is, guys. What do you think about this? I think it's fascinating. Like I said, I had my own experience when I was young, and another one about 3-4 years ago, which leaves me with no doubt. But those are just personal experiences. It doesn't prove shit. What do you guys think? Has anybody out there had an experience like this? I'd really like to know, especially for my subscribers. If you're a subscriber and you've had an experience like this, if you haven't and you think it's all horseshit, let me know in the comments. Tell me, and we'll talk. Or send me an email. Let's talk about it. And if 100%, if anyone who's watching this video had family who was there, knew someone who was there, or who was there themselves, or has any connection to this UFO story, please email me at thebalefirepodcast@gmail.com. let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. And I'd love to continue this topic in future videos if it's something you guys are interested in. But we'll see how the views go on that one. But yeah, this is a topic and a subject matter that has fascinated me since I was 10 years old. Actually, when I was 10 years, when I saw the thing that I saw when I was a little kid like that, I had no frame of reference. So it wasn't that got me into UFOs. I didn't know what I had seen. It was probably in the early 90s when I learned about the Bob Lazar story and started listening to Art Bell that I'm like, oh, shit, maybe that's what I saw. So anyways, I hope you liked the video, guys. Once again, rest in peace, Alan Moffat, fellow Canadian, adopted Australian, one of the greatest race car drivers of all time. Rest in peace, Alan, and all love and prayers to his family in their difficult time, but probably a relieving time considering of what he was suffering from. So please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you'd like to donate to the fund to help me get to Australia and meet some of you fine folks, please jump over to my Patreon. That's what it's all for. I just want to get to Australia to record some of these videos at some of these amazing places and events live with you guys. I love you all. May you all find water and shade, and I will see you on the next one.